What's up, college football fans and Mean Green fans? Sonoy Valente here once again with the Mean Green Show. Today, joined by the man of the hour, KD Davis. And before we get into all this craziness that we've all experienced with KD Davis as North Texas fans, guys, you already know the drill. If you're a fan of college football, G5 football, any or all of the above, consider hitting that like and subscribe button because that is truly all that we talk about. KD, man, I know you've been a busy guy. I appreciate your time jumping on here, kind of talking us through as fans, everything that's kind of transpired. But, how's life as present day, kind of getting your feet back under you and kind of, hopefully blotting out some of the noise?
Oh man, I feel I'm at peace. Really, it's been a crazy weekend, and it was hard. I could hardly even sleep. But I made a decision that I had to make a grown man decision, and now I'm just peaceful and I'm just living.
Right, right. And obviously not speaking from experience, but just from speculation. But with the transfer portal being what it is, and it doesn't take a genius to realize there are NIL deals for athletes like yourself at maybe at other universities. Present date, hopefully North Texas will catch up soon, right? But that is a big decision. I mean, you're getting on all these preseason All-American charts and this, that, and the other. It seems like every other day someone else has got you ranked at a higher level, right? So, nobody. I mean, I get that. Like that's something that a grown man decision. You got to think about your future, what's better for Katie as in now and the future and everything. But with all that being said, what ultimately led to you, entering the portal and then ultimately staying home, staying put in Denton?
Oh yeah, especially with the NIL stuff, it's a lot of teams offering lots of money. I entered the portal and I took a few visits and I talked to my family. I came back, I talked to my family, and it was to me, it was bigger than that. It's a lot of people at North Texas, with me being the oldest on the team, that look up to me, and they keep me going. I feel like they bring the best out of me. I know I couldn't just leave and just leave those guys hanging. I still have unfinished business, and I'm gonna leave my legacy at UNT. And I talked to Coach Latrell about things and other coaches. I know they're working for me. They're gonna do everything they can, but in the long run, we just think on the long run. As long as Coach Bennett and Coach Gush coach me up how they need to, we won't need to worry about no NIL, and I'll be getting drafted next year.
Hey, there you go. Staying on NIL for 1 second here. So, obviously this is your last season. So Lord willing, North Texas does get an NIL collective one day, right? You would not be there to reap the benefits of it for a few years, right? But just kind of removing from a spectator's point, from your perspective, what do you think about this whole NIL thing? I mean, is it just what are your quick thoughts? I mean, you don't got to give me a full synopsis. I know it's kind of it's hard to have an opinion probably when you're in the thick of it, but I mean, just kind of, you're kind of glad though that the younger KDs will hopefully be getting some walking around money or maybe help a family or something, that they can do a little bit more with what they're getting, while in college. I mean, do you have any quick thoughts on that matter?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially like with my viewpoint, I know my mom can use extra money. I can use extra money, so I feel like just going out and just the players that's getting NIL deals, I feel like it can help them and their families for sure. It's a lot of deals that's going out that's good for people, and I feel like they really help, especially like with everything we go through, waking up every day, training 2 times a day. Like you just put your body through a lot, and I just feel like just going out and just doing that every day, I feel like you should get paid for it, or I feel like you should go out and just get to know people and just get paid in a certain way. Because as athletes, we go through a lot, and we got, especially in college, we put our body through a lot, and we got classes. So I feel like it's a lot that we do, and we feel like I just feel like we deserve to get paid for sure.
Sure. And thinking about something, kind of a hypothetical scenario, but let's say a future KD Davis, a KD Davis Jr. And this is not a break the mold type of NIL deal, but let's just say somehow, some way, there's a $10,000 a year NIL deal for a Katie Davis down the road. And that Katie Davis, is a good steward. He saves that money or maybe sends some to mom or whatever the case may be. But in a hypothetical world, that Katie Davis could graduate debt free and have $40,000 in his bank I don't know how the mortgage. I am a real estate agent, so I don't know how the mortgage lenders are going to view that as it was that 4 years of consecutive steady work. They might. I think they should, but that's a down payment on a house. That could change the trajectory of your life potential. I mean, like, could you imagine that? 20. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Okay, 22 coming out 23. Let's say football for you was hypothetically not an option after college. You end your college career with, again, no debt from student loans, and you could maybe get in the housing market, right out the gates. That's just, there's just so many positives, and I hope all these NILs nationwide, they do emphasize, financial literacy for young men like yourself, and teaching you guys, not just writing, oh, here's a check, and go do what you want, but teaching, hey, how to invest, how to set yourself up down the road. And, so not only can you just help your mom now, but you can set yourself up to help your mom for the rest of her life, hopefully. Right. But anyway, I mean, it's something that I am passionate about, and I think we're probably eye to eye with that. And I hope, that it comes to the North Texas shores soon. I really hope so. And who knows, if they can dish out Katie something, then that would be cool. Anyway, moving forward, talking about your high school recruiting. So coming out of, where did I don't have it pulled up, so I'm just kind of semi memory here. But where did you go to high school again?
In this high school.
Ennis. Okay.
Yep.
And you had a Memphis offer, Arkansas State, Louisiana Tech. You had the P5 offer in Illinois, I think Arkansas
hmm
State, but I think those are the five, and North Texas. But what ultimately led you to come to North Texas out of those schools?
So my freshman year, Graham Harrell was recruiting me. He was the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coach here at North Texas. And he from Ennis, so he came and watched me practice every day. So me and him built a great relationship. And then I came to visit UNT. I built a great relationship with Coach Trail, and I was always up here, so I ended up coming to North Texas.
And you came in as a safety, right?
Now I came in as a linebacker. It's just my senior year of high school, our safety got hurt. One of my good friends, Chris, so I had to go replace him. Yep.
Gotcha. What is your stature now? What are you, like, are you, I know they got you listed at 6 foot 229. Is that about what you are?
Oh yeah, that's me.
6 foot two. Oh, that's pretty good, man. So
Yep.
next level wise, talking about getting drafted, what do you project you're gonna have to be, like 245, like another 16 pounds or so?
Nah, the game has changed for sure. Like that's like old school football, like
Yeah, that's
linebacker
true.
being like 240, 245. Like you got to think like now it's all about speed. It's
Hmm.
Tyreek Hill, like it's a lot of fast players, so they want linebackers that can move in space and that sideline to sideline. So whatever you way that you can move fast, they wouldn't mind. But I say around like 225, 230, 235, like somewhere around there. As long
Yeah.
as you can move fast, you'll catch their eyes for sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The game definitely is changing. It's, speed is everything. Do you happen to keep in touch with any of the former UNT linebackers, like Zachary or EJ Ajaya or any of them?
Uh, Actually, me and Zach Orr, we just started following each other on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. Me and EJ, we still locked in. We talk a little bit here and there. And Craig Roberts, I've been in contact with him a little bit. I ran into him at the facility.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
As far as, like, you and EJ, does EJ give you any like tips? Is, okay, man, this is how you need to approach this. Like, any little nuggets like that you find that are beneficial for you?
We haven't heard lately, but my freshman year when I first came in, he was giving me game on the defense that we were in and just coaching me up on it. Him and Brandon Gardner.
Gotcha. All right. So talking about this upcoming season, this past season, year one in Coach Bennett's defense, right? I mean, you lit it up. I mean, lit it up so much that A&M and Ole Miss wanted you, right? I mean, I don't blame them. So now you're going into year two with this same defense, a little more continuity, a little bit more, I mean, just experience with the same scheme, right? What are your
Yeah.
expectations for, for the defense this year, and where do you think you guys could end up going?
That's on me for sure. Just get upstairs with the coaches and meet with the coaches and get all the feedback and get the coaching points from Coach Bennett and go and lead the team, especially the defense. With me being the leader on the team, it's a lot on me, but I'm willing to get it done. Coach Bennett defense is great. one reason why I stayed. Like his defense is like different. It's meant for everybody to make plays, and it's just simple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Coach Bennett, man, I had the opportunity to meet with him. He's a high energy guy. I mean, from the the brief meeting that I had with him, but he's definitely not like your typically whatever how old he is, 60 whatever. But he's a unique person for
Yeah,
sure. And I imagine he coaches pretty hard, but he's probably fairly fun to play for. I would think so too. But anyway, so kind of moving forward, talking about you coming up and aspirations of getting drafted and reasonable aspirations, right? I mean, it's definitely not out of the cards to say the very least. But do you or any of the guys that maybe at North Texas or even friends that play Division I football elsewhere? Do you guys ever talk about the other leagues that are out right now, like USFL or XFL, as far as like, there are other options currently. They, who knows if they'll always be there, but and I have no idea how much money these people make, but is there any like thought about those other leagues, or is that more so laser focus NFL and then I'll think about those other things?
yeah. I feel like that's exactly what it is. Like we talk about it and hear about it here and there, but the main goal is the NFL. But they don't always go as planned. So you always got to have a backup plan, and those are great backup plans. They're giving players a lot of exposure. I see players in the USFL that's going to get a chance with an NFL team. So it may not just be your time then, but just going there, you'll still get the right exposure. So I feel like it's great that they brought that back or brought it
Yeah,
out.
absolutely. Okay, so one last question for you here. You Life after football, whenever that is, whether that's after a good NFL career or just whenever that may be, what do you want to do after football?
I say the main thing I want to do is just give back for sure. Like just growing up, it wasn't too many people that gave back, and
Hmm.
just educate people and just be there for a lot of people because I ain't really have a lot of people there for me. So that's the main thing I want to do.
Yeah. And when you say give back, do you mean like, share your athletic wisdom with up and coming athletes, from maybe Ennis or just other places? Is that something like athletic development? Does that interest you, or are you more business minded,
I
or
say
both?
athletic and business because I know, especially in Ennis, like it's a lot of talent and a lot of people like see things and then do things. But I just want to be there and like tell people like they can make it out
Hmm.
and just keep them on the right track.
Yeah.
Yep.
You experience any tornadoes in Ennis?
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay, I drove through once and we almost got sucked up. So anyway,
Uh,
but I'm still here. But all right, Katie. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Best of luck this season, and go Mean Green.
so go Mean Green.